The political, religious, and economic repression in Eritrea has forced hundreds of thousands of Eritreans to flee their homeland. Most of them hope not only to escape the iron fist of the regime, but also to reach industrialized countries and be able to support the destitute family they leave behind. In doing so, they risk everything including their own lives. Zerasanai, a 32-year-old former conscript, migrated to Israel in 2010. We reached his place early in the morning before he left to work and asked him how the life he sought to pursue at the cost of losing it turned out to be. It was a short but difficult question. How's life? Life in Israel. I don't know. I don't even think you can ask me that question, because this is not life. That's just survival. Of course, you wake up in the morning, go to work, and come back, but that's all there is to it. First of all, you don't see any future here. There's nothing you can plan for, and you don't have any direction of your life. So you're forced to spend almost all the time you got just toiling. On top of the daily struggle to earn their bread, most of these young Eritreans are also burdened with responsibilities of feeding immediate and extended families back home who can barely manage without periodic foreign remittances. Yahshalu, a 30-year-old Eritrean, tells his story. My father, my sister, my wife, and my son, all of them have their livelihood completely dependent on me. And they have no one else to look up to, because my father has a serious health problem and can't work. My sister is still a teen. And then of course, my wife also doesn't have any income like most Eritrean women. And so, how's life in Israel? Life is very tough. That is hard to describe it. There's always a hustle and you have to push too hard. There's no one to encourage you or give you hope. So you have to console yourself by yourself and keep going. As if these daily struggles of life are not harsh enough, the Israeli Interior Ministry has been forcing thousands of these Eritreans into Holot, a detention center in the middle of Negev desert, with temperatures in summer going as high as 100 degrees. In 2009, Hapton Berhane almost reached Europe sailing in an illegal boat before the Italian Coast Guards intercepted it and sent him back to Libya, where he was jailed and tortured for a year. He then crossed to Israel in 2010. Now, after 5 years of staying in Israel, because of the migrants' detention policy in 2014, he finds himself again in a similar situation. He explains life in Holot. It's really bad. You would never wish any human being to be here. Firstly, what do we deserve this for? What have we done? But if you want to detain someone despite any good reason, at least you have to provide the basic necessities they need. But that's not the case. For example, if you go and see the medical center we have here, you would realize how bad it's going to be if you ever get sick. The heat in the desert added to it, you see people fainting just for catching a cold, and the food doesn't help you maintain your health either. Especially at the beginning, before they improved it a little after our long protests, it was so bad. Undercooked, tasteless rice, and watery lentil soup. If you find a few lentil seeds in it, you'd say it's a good meal. But it's better than dying in the sea and than the ordeal back home, and thus, the only reason that lets us sleep at night is to see what the next day might hold. There are some people who consented to be sent to a third country like Uganda or Rwanda, or even to Eritrea from Holland. Do you know what happens to these people? Those very few who agreed to be sent back to Eritrea only surrendered to the pleas of their parents and took the risk to go there, get married, and leave a child before they crossed the border again just shortly after. One of our inmates who left to Uganda moved to the Sudan to meet his wife, but was forcefully deported to Eritrea by the Sudanese security, and he is now in Wea, a military prison. Others who left this place blindly are now waiting at the shores of the Mediterranean Sea to cross to Europe, and God knows what will happen to them. There's and I works at a fast food, and we got the chance to ask the owner for his observation about the situation of Eritrean refugees in Israel.
People like Sanai and they have the difficulties to build their lives, which means to have the family, to go to university, to have a business, to invest in their lives. When you are on your 30s, you need to learn, you need to get married, you need to start your own business or whatever you want. But the thing is that they don't have the chance to do it when the way that Israel treated.
For anyone who had seen better days, this life can be unbearable. But for these young Eritreans who were under total control of the state since high school and never knew the taste of individual choice and freedom in their entire lives, even their stateless existence in Israel has its silver lining. We asked Hishalu what things he found in Israel which the government in Eritrea denied him. Should I speak frankly about the good sides here, I got to tell you that back home, I never was able to work for myself and was in the forced labor service for almost 10 years. Now, here in Israel, I can move wherever I want, one end to the other, and I can work as many hours as I can. I consider this to be virtues I was denied but found here. And whether or not they take it serious, Israeli authorities at least allow us to make peaceful demonstrations regarding our rights, which never happens in my country. Having been forced to flee their homes, denied recognition as refugees, given little attention by the international community, and without a viable option to relocate to another country which can give them a safer refuge, Eritreans in Israel find themselves in an indefinite limbo. We asked them and their friends for a final word and a message to the international community. What is your message for the international community?
My message is that this issue is very difficult, and I wish the world opinion would talk about it more, because there are, for what I know, 40,000 refugees here from Eritrea and from Sudan, and I think if the world would talk about it more, perhaps the Israeli government will have more pressure to do right with them.
I wish that the international community could see us not only with the eyes, but also with the heart, and put themselves in our shoes for once.
ንመንግስቲ እስራኤል ኣነ ክብሎ ዝደሊ ማለት ልዕሊ ዝናትና ታሪክ ኣብ ስደት ዘሕለፉ እስራኤላውያን እዮም ንሶም ኩሉ ህይወት ናይ ስደተኛ ወጻዓታት ኩሉ ፈልጦ እዮም
Israelis knew very well about the Exodus before we did. Like the way they have built their nation, it's inevitable that one day we are also going back to our nation and make our own history. So the authorities should respect our human rights and not give us another infliction on top of the one we already have, because someday this is going to be in history.